Welcome to Where There's a Wills.
There's a play.
I'm Ian, your Makeup casual gamer.
I'm Stacey, I'm your non-gamer gamer.
And today we are here to talk about two-player games we love. Now, for us, it is just the two of us, but these are games that are two-player only, or they have a two-player maximum on them. And so we have a list of 10 games that we love playing that have a two-player max. Most of these are two-player only, but there is one that we wanted to talk about that is a two-player maximum game. So that's what this list is. We figured for Valentine's Day, we went skiing this morning, and on our way home, we bought ourselves a couple of matching T-shirts.
Because we're dorks.
We're like that, So if anybody's here, please say hi. Otherwise, if you watch it in the future, I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. And let's get into our list of our top two-player only-ish, two-player maximum player count games we love.
The first one I am going to start out with is just a cute game called Boop. If you haven't played Boop, I highly suggest you run out and pick this one up. This is a two-player. I don't think you can play this one solo. So this is a two-player only strategy game, I would call it, where you use the box as part of the game. You put your little quilt there on top of your box, and you are trying to entice your kittens to get into a column or a row so that you knock off the other opponent's kittens off of the bed. Once you have them in a line, I think it's 3 kittens in a row, they grow to be a bigger kitty cat. And then the little kittens for the opponent can't knock off the bigger kitty cat, but you can knock off the little kitty cat. It's definitely a high strategy, at least for me, it's a high strategy game.
There's definitely a lot of strategy in this. There is a lot of strategy
because
in this game.
The cats, once you boop them, they move out of your way. They have to move one spot away from them, and you try and kind of push them closer to the edge so that you boop them off the box, and then you have to start your strategy over. I really like this game. It's cute. The player pieces are super chunky. It just works for me. I like this one.
This is a great one. It's like I said, you when you're placing your kittens down, they're booping other kittens in horizontal or diagonal lines, and then from there you are cats can only boop cats and kittens can only boop kittens. And you're trying to, it's this puzzle of like, where can I place my kitten so when I place another kitten, it's going to boop it so I can make a cat. And at the end, you're trying to get 3 cats all at once. So great game. Really fun, really quick. There's 3 versions of it at this point. There's Boop, which is the Halloween version, which adds a ghost cat on the board. And then there's Boop the Halls, which is a Christmas version, which actually has a 3-tiered board, like a Christmas tree. So Boop, a really, really great game. Love that one. All right. I'm just going to make a quick adjustment here to something.
You're a little off center.
Yeah, I was a little off centered there on that, so that's why I kind of slid over a little bit because I was like, I'm not sure what happens there. All right, our number 2 game, our second game that we're going to talk about here, this is the one that is not a 2-player only game. It is a 2-player maximum. There is a solo mode to this game. And this one is the newest game on our list. Just came out end of last year and has quickly risen up both of our lists. I think it was on both of our top 10s for 2025, and it was both of our top 5s for the month of January. And this one is Flamecraft Duels. And Flamecraft Duels is a game where you are placing these tokens onto this board here. So you're placing these tokens onto this board, and I don't know if you can see my cursor or not. I don't think you can. Um, but what you're doing is, oh, I think I can make that bigger even. Oh,
Oh,
yes, I can.
look
Oh
at you
boy,
go. Holy
wow! Now it's really
moly.
big. So
That's
now you can see
little.
my cursor, but it's really big. So you're placing these tokens, and they represent the different types of dragons in Flamecraft. But that's too blurry, so we're gonna zoom back out.
Yeah.
And what it does is each one of these has a different ability. You can kind of see the card over here on the right that has the abilities on it. And so when you place a token down, you are going to fire off its ability. You are trying to get um you're trying to get your tokens in this configuration. And some of them might be like a triangular configuration, not just a straight line. And when you do, you get to score that dragon. So you're trying to figure out where you can place dragons so that they do what you need them to do so that you can try and score as many of these cards as possible. You can see this person has scored these cards over here to the side, and here's all the face down ones you'll draw once you get them. You also have 3 coins where you can use them to move something or draw a new token, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
You can see you can stack the tokens up to 3 high, but it is just a really, really fun game. We have really enjoyed this one. I'm looking forward to playing with the different modules and even trying out the solo mode. But yeah, this is just a really great, quick two-player solo mode. Or two-player game where you grab a token and you play it. And that's your turn. And you are, like I said, you're trying to fire off the abilities of dragons so that they can do some different things. It does have these special dual dragons, which this one is a flame and a bread dragon, so you can use either one of the abilities. There's 6 of those, I believe, in
Mm-hmm.
the bag.
I believe so.
But yeah, so just a really fun two-player kind of dueling game where you're trying to just score more points than the other person. So really enjoy this one.
I like this game. It is so cute. The artistry on this is just absolutely adorable. The thing that I like about this is that when you are trying to plan for the cards that you have in your particular little holder there, you're planning, and then all of a sudden the other person blocks you or it gets moved, and so your plan's completely out the window, and so you have to kind of start from scratch with a new plan. But it can happen. You can,
Yeah.
you can still recover from that. So it's not necessarily a take that kind of game. It's a I accidentally screwed up your card without me knowing it, and so you need to
Yeah,
fix it.
you're not purposely
No.
it's not purposely trying to mess someone up. It's, hey, this is what I need to do. So which is the sort of take that quote unquote that we do like. Is like, you
Yes.
know what, this is what I'm doing. You're like, oh man, I really needed to go there, and I had to. And especially when you draw the token that you
Yes.
now, part of that is you also don't know what token you're going to draw.
Right.
So yeah.
So there's a lot more to it, more than just take that. It's drawing that token and hoping that, you can either use it or maybe unknowingly block somebody
mhm.
from doing something else. So I do like this game. It's
it
high on my list.
it is a fun one. All right, so that was Flamecraft
Dual.
Duels or
And
Duel.
I'm going to say
Duel.
duel because
Duel.
dueling is, two people.
Right,
Da,
but it's
da.
spelled differently. So
I
yeah.
know.
I'm playing with our background here.
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right. Third one.
Third one is Fox in the Forest. I really like Fox in the Forest. This is a card game. It's a trick taking game.
Uh
Where
oh.
uh oh,
I messed with the wrong thing. See, I'm messing with things when we're
man,
not on screen.
man. Well, I don't know. People really miss seeing us, so I don't know if that's really a bad
I
thing
was
for
trying to
some people.
just do this so that we can get this so that there we go. That's what I was
There we
trying to
go.
do. I forgot that it was all linked. Oh well.
Yeah, well,
That looked better.
there we go. Fox in the Forest. It's a trick taking game, but it kind of throws a curve into trick taking by some of the cards having special abilities. These special abilities may be drawing something off of the top of the pile, or taking a card from something or from somebody else, or
Changing the Trump suit.
changing the trump suit, which is a big deal because when you're trying to trick take, you're trying to play the trump suit, and you can change the trump suit if you have this, the special card that does that. So you're laying down your cards. It's fun. I really enjoy this game. And again, the artistry on the cards is fantastic. Each one, I think it's only the odd higher
The
numbers that
no,
have a special
all the
power.
odd numbers,
Oh,
all the odd
okay.
numbers have a special one. Yeah, so like they said, trick taking game. You're going head to head, which makes it very tight because it's there's one other card that you're trying to play. You have to follow suit if you do if you have the suit. Um, why you might want to you play the card that allows you to change the trump suit is if you have like that card left of one suit, but you have like five cards in another suit, you could play that card down, change it, and all of a sudden you know you've got a lot of cards in that other suit that might help you get tricks. You score points if you get 0 to 3 or 10 to 13, no,
They're
7 to 9, you get 6 points, I think it is. If you get 10 to 13, um whatever it is, whatever the highest, if you get too many tricks, you actually score 0 points.
because you're a show off.
If you're a show off. If you score just below that, you get 6 points. If you get 0 to 3 tricks, I think it is, you get 6 points. So it is a good one. Like they said, the art is gorgeous on it. The special abilities on some of the cards really kind of allows you to play, different ways. You play until one person has 21 points. So it could be over in a few rounds, or it could take, quite a while. It is really cool. We really enjoy this one. Looking forward to playing this one more. Stacy got me this one for Christmas actually this year, and we got it to the table almost right away, and we really, really enjoy it.
I think the longest game that we've played on this one is
Maybe
probably,
4 rounds.
yeah, 4 rounds at maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So it's a very quick playing game. It's easy to get to the table. I love easy to get to the table games, especially for card games that don't, hog the whole table. But this is a good one as well. Small box, stores easily, doesn't use up too much brain power.
yeah. And
So,
kind of speaking of dual modes, there is a dual mode of this, which is a cooperative. It's like Fox in the Forest duet or something. And it's a cooperative one where you actually have like a little story you're trying to go through or something. So
Oh.
we really enjoy this one. So it might be kind of interesting to get that. Cooperative trick taking is always kind of an interesting and thing. We're actually going to be talking about one a little bit later on.
Oh, we are?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
That one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And number 4, this is a game that um we've had for a couple years now. And when we got it when I backed the second version of this, the kind of sequel to this, and um this is a game that is kind of a tug of war lane battler game, and this is Hanamikoji. And Hanami Koji, once again, absolutely gorgeous artwork. A lot of these have really good artwork. And Hanami Koji, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the favor of the geishas. This is played over 2 rounds, and your goal is either to have the 4 geishas on your side or a total of 11, I think it is. Each one of them has a different power. At the beginning of the game, you're going to shuffle up the cards and deal them out, and then you're going to do is you have these little tokens that you can kind of see on the bottom of the picture here, and it is an I cut you choose game. So each one of these is a different ability. One of them you put 2 face down, 2 face up. Oh no, they're both face up, I think. And your opponent chooses which they want. And then one of them is 1 face down and 2 face up, and the opponent chooses which one they want. And one of them is you just discard a card. And one of them is like you get to save a card for later or something like that. And so what you're doing is you have this really cool I cut you choose where you're trying to get them to take things, but it has also got this tug of war. So you're really trying to get them to take things so that you can get back what you want because you know what you've hidden, or you know what card you're going to hide for later, that's going to come out later, or like, okay, I've already got this. Like the green has got the token already. They won that the earlier round. They've got 2 on here. So if this player on top doesn't get another green, this stays over here. This pink is in the middle. And so each one of them has 2. If they tie, it stays in the middle. Over here, I mean, same thing. You kind of got like these ties. This is how many cards there are. So the 2s, there's only 2 cards. So this is going to stay a tie here. This one, this person could keep it, but if this person pulls it, then it would come back to it. It would be a tie. This person, I believe, keeps it at that point.
I don't know if they can see your pointing what you're
Oh, they
pointing
don't.
at.
They can't see the. They can't see it because I. Let me zoom in and zoom out, and now you can see it. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot it wasn't actually on there. So like these little tokens in the middle on the cards, these are whoever has earned that favor. So the cards that have a 2 on it, there's only 2 of them in the game. There's 3 of these ones, there's 4 of that one, there's 5 of that one. So the pink one right now, the previous round, they had must have had a tie. So right now they are tied. So this token isn't going to move unless this player gets a third one or this player gets a third one. This red one, this person has the token right now, and I believe if they tie now, this stays with the person who had it. So you need to actually beat them in order to move it. These guys are tied. These are tied, but if one of them plays another one, they get it. So yeah, so this person's already won this one for the round. This person has won this one for the round. This may be the end of the round, it looks like, because this was tied, this was tied, this person got this person got the 2. Yeah, I think this may be the end of the round scoring. The yellow had more, so they got that. The green had more, or the bottom had more, so they got the green, and then they tied on the pink. If it was in mid game, whoever has the most gets it. And so, like I said, you're trying to get either 4 geishas on your side, or you are trying to get a total of 11. We also have the expansion for this that came with the Hanamikoji Geisha's Road, which adds a little more complexity to this game. And it came with 6 new sets of I cut you choose little tokens, so it lets you play the game a little differently each time. So that is Hanamikoji.
I like that one.
That is a good one.
That's a thinker as well. The next one that I am going to talk about is called High Tide. High Tide is I guess those are considered tiles.
Yeah.
Are tiles that you start with 6 on the table, and
Well, you start with 1. You put 1 in the middle, and you put 6 around
it,
and then you draw, and then you place the rest of them all the way around.
And so you've got the one player is blue, one player is pink, and then the neutral player is yellow. And you are drawing your tiles out of a bag, and you are trying to kind of like tic-tac-toe in a way. And you are just trying to keep going until you can no longer place your tiles in a straight line with your color. As you can see, the pinks there are lined up nicely, the greens are lined up nicely, and you're trying to block the other person from being able to play their tiles any further. And you keep going until one player cannot place a tile next to their stuff.
So slight,
and you can stack them.
So you're trying to stack them.
Remember, stack
we haven't played it. So what you're doing is you can only play a tile if you can move it up.
Oh, that's right.
It's
you gotta
not,
pick it up and put it up higher.
And it has to be up higher. So you can't, like this blue one can't be moved down. It can only be moved up. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to make it so the pink player can only move the pink, the blue can only move the blue, but everybody can move the yellow because that's the neutral color. So if you can't move higher, if you can't move one of your something higher, then the round ends, and whoever has the most of their color showing wins that round.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't played this one in a while. And you can only move it 1 step higher. You can't move it 2 steps higher. So that will, right?
I think that's what we thought at first.
Oh, did we play that wrong?
I think we may have thought that at first. I think you just have to move it higher. I don't think it's I don't remember for sure. I know at first we played it, you could only move it 1 higher. Then I think we clarified. I think you just need to be able to move it higher than something like this yellow, like the pink could move this yellow higher, and you can only move it if it's on the outside. So you can't move it if it's completely surrounded. And I'm not even sure you can move this one because it's surrounded on. It's not open on.
Yeah, it has to be open on one side in order to be able to.
Was it one side or 2 sides? I don't remember it completely. We haven't played it for a while, but it's a pretty quick game. You play 3 rounds, and whoever wins 2 rounds wins. So
Yep.
yeah, it is a really fun one. It looks simple. It is not. It gets very thinky as you're trying to like, oh, I'm gonna move this one up. What is that going to allow the other player to do, and what can I do?
I'm
So
terrible at that game.
yeah,
I am terrible at that game. I don't think I've ever won.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought you have. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
don't
We'll have to
know.
see. Okay.
We'll have to look.
That is high tide. We probably should be saying who makes these, but
Oh,
we're too late now.
well, we've been skiing. We're
Yep.
tired.
Yep. All right. So that was high tide. Our next one is another one that we don't hear people talk about, but
Mm-mm. I love this
this
game.
was a game that was very this was fairly early on in our gaming that we
Mm-hmm.
got this one. It's a two-player only game, and this is called Nanga Parbat. And in this game, you're moving this worker around. And what you're doing is you are taking one of these animals, and when you do that, you're going to place a campsite. You'll see up here, you can see. Let me click over here and click back so that it's on here. You get some scoring for your campsites for how many there are near each other or next to each other when you want to score it, and then you can get some for not like animals or like animals that you have on your board. You're scoring points on this. But basically, what you do is when you take an animal, you are then moving this mountaineer to that area. So, like this one right here is on the third space. So you can see there's 6 spaces here. There's 6 like little pyramids here, and this has 6 spaces. Each one of these spaces associates with one of these flags. So this one right here, if this person takes this, they're going to move the mountaineer over here to the third area. So there is a little bit of a puzzle to this, as well as like where do I want to move it so that the other person can't hopefully do too much, and or you want to move it somewhere where you go, hey, I know they're going to want something. So you can see there's a meeple here. This person has turned their meeples in, so they have 5 tents here. So you can see they had 5 meeples and they turned them in to camps, and that's why they were able to place this here by the 5, because they had 5 of them, and so they got the points for this one. This person has 1, and the blue also has 3 down here. They're trying to get more here. So they might move this somewhere. They might take an animal to move this somewhere, knowing that the other person might really want one of those animals. You can tell, like, oh, they are going to really want that, which means I can move it here, and I can force them maybe to take an animal so that it has to move someplace I want to go. So maybe this person moves over here because they know the pink player really needs this animal, and it's going to force them, or they really need like this animal. It's going to force them to move this yellow, you know, or something over here, or it's going to force them to move it back. Like if they were to take this one right here, it would force them to move it back over here, which means the blue player could then put something else here, which would allow them to have more meeples next to each other. So when they end up scoring their camps, it gets more points. Let me see if I can find a player board, because the player board has some other scoring things on it. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find one quickly. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
So you're putting different animals in these spots. These animals are not the right spot, and I'm not sure what this is. This might be an expansion because I don't recognize that red one. Basically, what you're trying to do is you can put some different animals up here, and you can get some different abilities and things when you exchange them and stuff. So that's the player board. But yeah, Nanga Parbat is just such a fun game. Once again, it's a nice little puzzle. Like I said, you might be placing stuff one place so that you're almost forcing, you're like, oh, I know they're going to take that, so it's going to move where I need something so that I can make my area bigger. So that is Nanga Parbat.
And I do like that game. The one that I'm going to be talking about is one of the first polynomial
Polyomino.
polyomino
And it's probably the oldest game on our list.
probably. And that's Patchwork. Patchwork is it's a 2-player game, and you each have your own board, as you can see, and you're kind of playing head to head. You have the little marker there as I'm pointing, where you can obviously tell where I'm pointing to.
Right there.
Right there. And you can only move that marker 3 spots. So you have to make a decision of what tile in that 3 spots do you want to take. The buttons are going to help you get money. Well, that counts as your money in the game. And the buttons will help you in the long run. Or are you going to take one that will help you move on the board so that once you pass a button on the player board that's in the middle there, you get a payday. And then you can buy more buttons with your payday so that you can pay for the tokens. And you're trying to place them onto your board and cover up as many spaces as you can. If you do not cover up a space, that's negative points at the end of the game. So the first person to cover up their board and kind of triggers the end game. And you're going around. See, you can't see what I'm pointing at.
No. You're going around this board, till you get to the end.
To get to the end. Every time you pass a button, that's your payday. You get paid buttons for buttons. And you count your score at the end of the game. And whoever has the most covered without having, and you get buttons counted towards your total at the end as well. Whoever has the most of everything is the winner of the game.
Yeah, so buttons are your currency, but it's also what you're earning as you go around the board. Both people get to the end of the board. There's some extra little patches on here. If you're the first person to pass it, you get a 1-by-1 patch that you have to place right away. So yeah, it's really interesting. Like this rondelle here, you're kind of looking ahead as well to see where you might be able to get stuff, especially later in the game when you have some more buttons that you can spend. And a big part of it is like, can I take a thing here and spend buttons and still be behind? So this has one of those ratchet mechanisms or whatever you call it, where if you are the person behind, you get to go again. So when you take a tile, you are deciding not only like how much are you spending, how much will I earn, but also how far am I going to move? Like, can I take a tile that's going to allow me to move without moving ahead of someone? And if you're on top of them, you are still considered behind. So can you get more than one tile at a time before you go past these button spaces and get paid again? So yeah, it's a really fun game. It is a classic, 2-player game, polyomino game at this point. So yeah, that is one of our earliest ones. We really enjoy that one.
A table hog because you have to have all of your
It
pieces in a
is.
rondelle to go around. But
these take up quite a bit of space.
Yeah.
Like you can't put this on it's hard to put this on a small space because there are a lot of polyominoes.
But once you start putting them on your board and buying those pieces,
you can condense it a little.
Yeah,
bit.
so I do like this game. It's a brain burner as well.
It is.
So,
it is. A lot of these are. A lot of these, because you get that puzzle in them or that like back and forth. So, all right. Our next one, our 8th one, and we didn't rank these. These are, if you haven't told, if you can't tell so far, these are in alphabetical order. We just wanted to give a list of 10 games that we love. They're 2-player games. Our next one is the 2-player cooperative trick-taking game that I was talking about, and this one is Sail. And Sail is a game where you have 3 different suits. They are a little tough to see here, but you have 3 different colors here, 3 different backgrounds, 3 different suits. This is yellow, this is orange, and this is pink. It's very hard to see on the picture. And what you're doing is you're setting up a different scenario in this middle board, and you're trying to get from the start to this little arrow here. This is obviously a deluxe version because our pieces I don't think are wooden like that. And you are trying to play tricks so that you have these symbols here. And depending on what symbols come up, you are moving in different directions. So you might move towards the person. You might, depending on the symbols that you play, you might move towards the person who won the trick. You might move towards the person who lost the trick. You might, if you play a Kraken here, you will add extra cards into the deck that also have more Kraken things on them. If you play 2 cannons at the same time, you will be able to get rid of one of those into the discard deck. It may come back out. You're trying to make your way through this. You can't move straight unless you have a certain there is a, like, if you play a certain symbol, both of you play it, you get to move straight one instead of having to go at a diagonal. And you're just trying to get to this end point. And so when you deal out your cards at the beginning, you each get to trade one card to each other. So that gives you kind of a little information as to, okay, I've got this card. I'm giving you this card for a reason. Hopefully you can figure out that reason. Each person has a character that gives you a little ability. These cards up here are telling you like what which way you're moving. Oh, I guess you can't see that on screen. Behind me, let's see. These cards right here are telling you which way you can move on screen or on your board and stuff when you play, or what happens when you play different symbols and everything. It's a really fun game. It's a small little box game, and yeah, it's just a really interesting, trick taker where you're cooperatively trying to get the right tricks with the right symbols. So
Mm-hmm. This one you have to work together. It hurts my head as well. So, ay ay ay. Um, that's all I have to say about that.
yeah,
It's fun. I like that
that's a good
game.
one. That's a good one.
I like that game. The one that I am going to talk about, I can't remember all of the different names of the different people and everything. I have a tough time remembering what my own name is, a little long, what the players' names or the people's names. But this is Takedo Duo. Takedo Duo, if you've played Takedo, you're moving along the Takedo road, trying to get from one end to the other end. In Duo, you can move around the board amongst the area that's close to you. And so you are trying to get your tokens. So you're drawing your tokens and you're trying to move around and earn your coins so that you can oh my gosh, my mind just went totally
Okay.
blank.
So you have 3 dice.
Over to you, Ian.
So there's 3 characters. Each character moves differently. You have the merchant, you have the pilgrim, and you have the merchant, the pilgrim, and
Yeah,
I can't remember what the third one's called.
I'm
Anyway, so
spacing.
you have the merchant here, you have the pilgrim, and then you have one other one. Each one of these moves differently. So the painter. The painter
Painter.
moves from region to region. Okay, and they're trying to paint and sell. So here's the painter, and they're trying to paint and sell different things. So you can see if you were to have these up and you move into a region that has that symbol, you can gift, not so you can gift that to in that region. The merchant, he moves around the outside. No, he moves from village to village.
There
These
you go.
yellow spaces. And he goes and he buys and sells things. So he is moving here, he's moving here, and then you're gaining some different things. These are, and then you can sell them for coins. And then the pilgrim, he goes around the outside when he's visiting temples and gardens. You can mark off little spaces on here. And so the way you move your characters is there's 3 dice. So whoever is the first player on each round will roll the dice and they will choose one dice that they want. And then the other person chooses one, and then the first player chooses again. And that is how many spaces you are moving each one of those characters. And so each character has different things they're doing. Like I said, the pilgrim is trying to visit the temples and the gardens, and the merchant is trying to paint and also then gift his paintings. And the, or not the merchant, the painter, the merchant is trying to buy and sell things. You can see he's gathered these items, he's going to go try and sell them, and he's trying to earn money. When you earn a certain amount of money, you get these gold coins. The game ends when one person has either one of their characters has gotten to the end of one of their tracks. This track here with the merchant gets a little bit there's a couple more spaces here. So if you have gold coins all the way there, if your painter has gifted all their paintings, if the pilgrim has visited, I think it's just all of one of these, and then you get scores. So you score here for how many of these however many of these gold coins. So you can see there's a progressive scoring 5, 11, 18, 26. Same thing here with the paintings. Over here, your score, you multiply the point value on the number of temples by the point value on the number of gardens. And so at the end of the game, you has the most points. Very good two-player game. Yeah, I really enjoy this one. This one also, I guess, technically now has a solo mode since Stonemaier Games took it over. So this one does have a solo mode that I played, but this one was originally a two-player only version of Tokaido. When Stonemaier took over the whole Tokaido brand, they did add a solo mode to this one. So this one technically is a two-player maximum, but this is one we mostly play two players. I mean, I played it solo a couple times, but this is one that we get out for a real quick two-player game. So, yeah.
You said that way better than I did. I'd still be stumbling across the colors probably.
That's okay.
My my brain's not working today.
You know, we went skiing and it's been a long day. It was beautiful. It was a gorgeous day out. Absolutely gorgeous day out for skiing. And we're going to be getting ready for our steak dinner here. And our camera is really choppy tonight.
Yeah, it
Should have
is.
rebooted the computer first. All right. One more final game. This is a small
I
little
love
game.
this game.
And yeah, we should. And this one's from Button Shy. You're gonna probably tell. And this is called Wonder Tales. In Wonder Tales, one person plays as the blue character, one person plays as the red character, and you are trying to score by getting your things in different places. Now, each one of these cards has a blue and a red side, depending on whoever takes it. So you start with a couple cards in your hand and you put them on your side. And then you have a draw deck. As you play one, you draw a new one and you just put it on your side. So you can kind of see what's coming up next. And you're trying to get different things next to each other. Let me get over the screen here. Because they score. So like Gretel will score 2 points if Hansel is next to her. And Hansel will score 2 points or 3 points, I can't tell, if Gretel is also next to him. And you can see this one's on the blue, so this saying blue is scoring, and this one's saying red is scoring. So they both really want those next to each other because they're both going to score. But you're also trying to almost take that against your opponent because you're trying to get some other things like Hansel doesn't want the stepmother or the witch because it will lose points. Same thing for Gretel. The big bad wolf will get 2 points if Little Red Riding Hood's next to it. It'll get 1 point for each connected little pig. It will lose 5 points so if the woodcutter. So as you're placing stuff down, you're trying to score for yourself, but you're also trying to make sure the opponent isn't scoring for their cards. Like this mama bear scored perfectly because they got all blue, so they're going to score a lot of points here. Baby bear isn't going to score anything because it doesn't have mama bear, papa bear, and baby bear all connected. So you're trying to place your cards down so that they score for you, but also that they score for someone else. And this does not look like an actual game. I think the picture said it was, but that is an awful lot of blue, red, like
is.
perfectly set up. Like that doesn't usually happen when we play. The cool thing about this is it's played over 3 rounds or whoever gets 2 rounds first. I'm not sure how many times we've actually gotten to 3 rounds because Stacey usually wins in 2 rounds in this one. But every time you play it, your configuration of your cards is going to be different. It's a 3x4, then there's another configuration for the second round. This might be actually the second round because I think the first round is only 3 is 4 high and 3 across or something. And then it's 3x5. And then you do like a pyramid. So the things are stacked even differently. There's also a solo mode for this one that came with an expansion, which adds an interesting solo mode. So this one is 2-player only without the expansion. It does add a solo mode with the expansion. Yeah, this one, another really fun one. Really, another one that's a big puzzle. You're trying to figure out where you're placing your stuff to. And some of the cards will allow you to flip other cards, which makes it even trickier or move them. So, yeah, this is Wonder Tales.
I like that. That's a fun game.
Yeah.
That's probably, out of the Button Shy games that I played, that's probably my favorite one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I haven't played a whole lot of them, but
Right.
it's fun.
Yeah. So, quick rundown again, and let's just shout out the developers. Boop is from Smirk and Dagger Games, and then Flamecraft Duels is from Cardboard Alchemy. Fox in the Forest is Renegade Games, I believe. Let me look real quick, just in case you're looking for these. Um, let's see. Let's close this. And Hanamikoji is let's see, what is it called? I'm trying to remember. Emperor 51 Games. Ooh,
You do
nice.
much better with names.
High Tide is Underdog Games. So let's see. Yeah, Fox and Forest, Foxtrot Games, and Renegade Games Studio. Hanamikoji is Emperor 54 or Emperor S4. Emperor S4 is what it is. And then Naga Parbat is Steve Finn Game Design, I do believe. Dr. Finn's games. And then Patchwork is what is Patchwork? Patchwork is
And there's different versions of Patchwork.
There are different versions of Patchwork.
We've noticed that they're all basically the same pieces with different
design. We bought one because like, oh, this would be cool, and I matched them up 1-to-1. So they're all. So I'm like, oh, I don't. They're the exact same game. We didn't need different versions. Although the 10th anniversary does come with a solo mode that was a special thing you had to like order or print and play early before. Lookout Games is Patchwork. Sail is All Play. Takedo Duo is now Stonemaier, and Wonder Tales is Button Shy. So there you have it, everybody. As our camera is getting really choppy, there are 10 two-player maximum, mostly two-player only games that we love to play. Let us know down in the comments if you've played any of these as well, and let us know of other two-player only or games that play at most two players. They might have a solo mode as well that you really enjoy playing. We're always we're kind of really enjoying these two-player only or two-player maximum games. They're very easy and quick to get to the table. So we have some others. We have some other dual versions of some other games. So we're that we've played. Didn't quite make this list. I've got a couple that I play on. I will give two quick honorable mentions here at the end. Zenith and Sky Team, I play exclusively on Board Game Arena, and I absolutely love those games. So those are two really great games as well. And we'll probably be getting some other dual or duo versions of bigger games because they do seem to be kind of hitting the spot for us lately. But there you have it. Hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day. Once again, this has been Where There's a Will,
there's a play.
I'm Ian.
I'm Stacey.
And we'll see you next time
At the table.